It's recording? Okay. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna 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 Deva. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna 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 Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Vishesha Shunyamadi Asyadya Deshata Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Shri Hari Vasti Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Guru Hare Krishna Samsara Kripa. So we are reading from the book The Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada, His Holiness Bhakti Swami Maharaj. Okay, Prabhu, you can start reading. Jagannath Chandra Prabhu, you can read for 15 minutes. Karthik can read another 15 minutes.
Okay. Fourth, miracles and mysticism. Spiritual advancement is not meant for magic shows and jugglery, but for crossing the material world and being transferred to the spiritual world. 1151. Chetan Chantamrit, Madhya Leela 11.8 purport. As with most religious paths, Gaudiya Vaishnavism abounds in anecdotes of the beneficent intervention of God and its representatives in the affairs of mankind. Up to the present date, devotees' faith in Krishna or God or Allah or however they apprehend him is bolstered by his miraculous intercession in the lives of those who sincerely submit to him. Having spiritual dreams and visions, seeing things that ordinary people cannot, and communicating with higher beings have always been defining features of mystics worldwide. And such occurrences are almost expected of Indian sadhus. Such wonders serve to confirm all that pious have learned about God, and for many devotees are the very foundation of their belief more than any doctrine or theistic reasoning. Indeed, certain religious systems largely claim authenticity by citing real or supposed miracles. However, in tandem with his presentation of Krishna consciousness as a science, Srila Prabhupada deliberately took an opposite tack. In any form of religion except this Bhagavata Dharma, there are so many stories of miracles, but we are not concerned with miracles. 1152. Conversation 1970, 11552. This was noted by a secular scholar. The teachings and much of history of Gaudiya Vaishnava might relay an impression of a world-fleeing mysticism aimed at advanced spiritual states of personal ecstasy. This, however, is not the ethos that Srila Prabhupada bequeathed to ISKCON, but rather that of a preaching movement aimed at a total reformation of materialistic civilization. For Hindu religiosity, this emphasis on intellectual content of religion and vigorous propagation of it for the benefit of society at large is highly unusual and thoroughly distinctive of Prabhupada's approach. This missionary zeal for transmitting the intellectual content of religion rather than personal mystical experience is a theme that recurs in Prabhupada's teachings and carrier over and again in different contexts. It is, however, not entirely his own invention, but derives from his Guru Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura, 1153. Kimo Ketola, an Indian guru, and his Western disciples, page number 75 to 76. As Srila Prabhupada explained, the miracles of less informed religious systems are accounted for in the Bhagavata science as displays for Krishna's Achinta Shakti, and hence in Srila Prabhupada's endeavor to awaken humankind to the reality of Krishna's inconceivable activities, he neither ascribed much significance to nor showed much interest in downscale imitations that in the world pass as miracles. A magician can also show miracles. That is not very important. A yogi can show so many miracles. 1154. Conversation 20, sorry, 26 August 1968. In one sense, the whole phenomena of miracles simply reveals the foolishness of persons who subscribe to it. Miracles means to see something I don't understand. So I'm thinking that is a miracle. Just like if a small child sees him lift one table, the child may think it is a miracle that such a big table could be lifted by me. So in the real sense, a miracle means a fool. Because I have no knowledge, I say, oh, it is a miracle, but actually I am a fool. 1155. Later, 27 February 1972. Miracle means you cannot conceive how it is being done. If you want to paint a rose flower, you require so many things, but that is not a real rose. But imitation, it may be perfect, but you have to take so much trouble in collecting the paint, the colors, and your energy, then duration of work, and someday it may come out perfect. But the same energy is working so swiftly that you see automatically a rose flower is coming out. The same example again. Just like this airplane, there are thousands of complicated electronic machinery arrangements, but you see that pilot is simply pushing a button. But layman is seeing that simply by pushing a button, a miracle thing is happening. But no, with pushing of the button, there are so many complicated machineries working one after another, one after another. So similarly, God's energy is so subtle that it simply by his willing, the process takes place. But it takes place so swiftly and quickly, we see it as a miracle. So there is no such thing as miracle. 1156. Conversation regarding philosophy of Immanuel Kant. Cheap yogis exhibit mystic feats and thus attract cheap admirers. But this has nothing to do with the spiritual life. Generally, the ordinary public want to see some miracles. This mystic power to show some miracles and make them astonished has nothing to do with spiritual life. 1157. Conversation 20 June 1976. Unfortunately, because people generally do not appreciate someone unless he shows something wonderful. The less intelligent class of men want to see some miracles. 1158. Conversation regarding philosophy of Henry Bergson. So-called transcendentalists who have no real stock of knowledge are fond of this miracle.
And thus are cheated.
Oh, sorry.
And thus are cheated.
Sorry, sir. And thus are cheated. So-called transcendentalists who have no real stock of knowledge are fond of these miracles. And for the most part, because the innocent public is generally foolish, they accept these rascal magicians as saintly persons.
Great.
Double one. You just copy and also
One
paste.
second. One second. Yeah.
And you also paste in our group also. That will be great. 1159, letter 27 February 1972. In contrast to cheaters, devotees do not want to allure superficial followers. Why should we bother ourselves with such things? Devotees do not want to perform any such miracles or to make some jugglery to the people. They are satisfied with the service of the Lord. Yoga practice is more or less material activity because when they are powerful, they show some miracles and people become captivated. Oh, he is performing such a miraculous thing. In Benares, India, there was a yogi. His business was that for anyone who goes there, he would immediately produce 2 or 4 rasgullas and offer him. And many hundreds and thousands of educated men become his disciples simply for the master of a rasgulla, which is worthy only for anas. So people want to see this jugglery. And those who want some following or some material achievement, they want to show. Actually, it is fact. Suppose if I could manufacture rasgullas by some mantra, Hare Krishna mantra, oh, thousands of people could come immediately. Those person who want to have a cheap following want to show such jugglery. 1160. Lecture 2, July 1968. By the grace of Krishna, advanced Vaishnavas can also possess extraordinary powers which generally do not display. 1161. Srimad Bhagavatam 11.15.31 to 34. For a pure devotee is more interested in serving the Lord than in showing an exhibition of the mystic powers dormant in him. 1162. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5.39 purport. Although denying his capacity to exhibit mystic marvels, Srila Prabhupada was unquestionably a spiritually perfect person, within whom the powers of mystic yoga automatically arise. 1163. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.6.1 text. Those who have reached the highest perfectional stage of mystic power and can see everything in the past, present, and future are called Trikala Janas. Similarly, the devotees of the Lord can.
It is Trikalagnyams. Trikalagnya.
Trikalagyanas. Trikalagnya.
No. Trikalagnya.
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 Trikalagnya. Trikala again.
Okay, Trikalagnya. There is in Telugu there is the word Trikalagnya. That's what we know from childhood. I don't know in Tamil it is there.
Trikalagnya.
Vyasadeva is considered as Trikalagnya. Prabhupada, yeah, different devotees are considered Trikalagnya. You can see past, present, and future. Yeah, right. Yes, Prabhu.
Similarly, the devotees of the Lord can see everything that clearly that is in the revealed scriptures. The devotees of Lord Krishna can very easily understand the science of Krishna as well as the situation of material and spiritual creations without difficulty. Devotees do not have to endeavor for any yogi siddhi or perfections in mystic powers. They are competent to understand everything by the grace of the Lord, who is sitting in everyone's heart. 1164. Srimad Bhagavatam 3.11.17 purport. Although they may sometimes do so, genuine saintly persons generally do not exhibit mystic powers. They do not take credit for their wonderful activities. To draw the attention of common man, sometimes saintly persons, acharyas and teachers exhibit extraordinary opulences. This is necessary to attract the attention of fools, but a saintly person should not misuse such power for personal sense gratification like a false saints who declare themselves to be God. Even a magician can exhibit extraordinary feats that are not understandable to common men. But this does not mean that a magician is God. It is a most sinful activity to attract attention. Where was I? Yeah. Get a saintly person.
No. Here, you have done already.
Sorry,
Attract
sir. It is
attention
most
by
sinful activity to attract
exhibiting
attention.
mystic powers.
Yes. Exhibiting mystic powers and then to utilize this opportunity to declare oneself to be God. A real saintly person never declares himself to be God, but always places himself in the position of a servant of a God. For a servant of a God, there's no need to be exhibit mystic powers, and he doesn't like to do so. But on the behalf of Supreme Personality of Godhead, a humble servant of God performs these activities in such a wonderful way that no common man can dare try to act like him. Yet such at a saintly person never takes credit for such actions because he knows very well that when wonderful things are done on his behalf, by the grace of Supreme Lord, all credit goes to the master and not to the servant. 1165. Chaitanya Charitamrita 1.7.61 purport. While rejecting the chicanery that, what is this chicanery? That often passes as mysticism, sometimes Srila Prabhupada also matter of factly revealed that he too
Use
had
of this means the use of trickery to achieve a political, financial, legal purpose.
okay.
Yes.
Often passes as a mysticism. Sometimes Srila Prabhupada also matter. Prabhu, what happened? Prabhu, we are not displaying properly. Yeah. Also matter of factly revealed that he too had access to a supranormal reality. In New York in 1966, when he was brought to speak at large hall, empty except for 7 people, the devotees were remorseful. But did you not see Narada there? Did you not see Brahma? 1166. Sadhguru Das Goswami, SPL, chapter 21.
Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita.
Srila Prabhupada Leelamrita. Okay. Chapter 21, Beyond the Lower East Side.
I went to that place where Prabhupada came. Prabhupada had this program and Prabhupada saw Brahma and Narada. We went to that place. Still that hall is there in New York.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Yes.
In London, Srila Prabhupada had two small Vyasasana placed on each side of Sri Sri Radha Landaneshwara altar. Because every day Lord Brahma and Narad Muni come here for the evening arti, and there should be a Vyasasana for each of them. Oh, gee, great. You have gone to this place? Level
This
one.
is London. This is
London.
not in United States. I'm not been to UK. I've been to USA.
Okay, this
Padmalochan.
okay, 1167, Padmalochan Das in the following Srila Prabhupada, July 1972.
Okay.
Okay, once he mentioned that there is a connection from this planet to other planets. It is in Switzerland. There's a big mountain that goes up and up to where no one can see. It goes to other planets. I have seen it. Tamal Krishna Goswami, TKG's diary, 30 May 1977, 1168. Ravindra Swarup Das recollects Srila Prabhupada being interviewed the day after Rath Yatra. The reporter says, devotees told me during the parade that there were invisible beings flying overhead, showering down flowers, and that you could see them, but we could not. Is that true? Ravindra Swarup thought that whoever said that to reporter must have been idiotic. But Srila Prabhupada simply replied, yes, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. 1169. Ravindra Swarup Das in following Srila Prabhupada, July 1975.
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu.
Roche, what happened last? What was I didn't understand. What was the last paragraph? Can you go to the previous page? Recollect.
No, during Rath Yatra, devotees told me, Prabhupada was saying, devotees told me during the parade that there was an invisible beings flying overhead, showering down flowers, and you could not see them, but we could not. You could see them, but we could. Is that true? So Ravindra Swarup recollects. The reporter said.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yes. Okay. One second. There is some new devotee. Chaitanya. Somebody is here. Chaitanya.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Guruji. Pranam.
Hare Krishna, you're from which part of the world?
Nagpur, Guruji.
Nagpur. Okay.
Yes,
You
Guruji.
have the book with you. You're reading from the screen.
I was reading from the screen, but I have that book offline also. I purchased it.
You got the physical copy?
Yes, Guruji. Hard copy.
What's your full name?
Chaitanya Tudaskar.
Oh, how did you get the link to join here?
One of my friends shared this link on my Instagram to me, and by that link I just joined it.
No, but just now I put that in the WhatsApp group. You are there in the group, WhatsApp group? Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna? Oh, he left. I don't know. He's joined again. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Chaitanya. You can continue to read.
Hare Krishna.
No problem. You can continue to read now. We'll speak later. Maybe you can message me your number. Okay.
Yes, Guruji.
We can make you to join in the group so that you can need not go to the Instagram and follow the link. Okay.
Yes, I joined the group now.
Oh, you joined the group, huh?
Yes, I got this link from that group only. BVT.
Oh.
Yes, that
BBT
link.
online book reading. Yes.
Yes.
No problem. Okay, you can continue to read on the screen.
Several disciples have a related instance of Srila Prabhupada reading their mind. 1170 Peter Das in Prabhupada Memorials, Volume 45, Soma Das in Prabhupada Memories, Volume 50.
It's not Peter Das, it's Pita Das.
Peter Das.
Okay. Another one.
1171. In reviving interviews from devotee, we find again and again
In
incidents.
reviewing, Prabhu, Hare Krishna, in reviewing interviews.
In reviewing interviews from devotees, we find again and again incidents where devotees have very strong impression that Srila Prabhupada knew what they were thinking. There are too many incidents like this to simply categorically reject them all. Satsvarup Das Goswami Prabhupada Nectar. Miraculously curing them to severe health conditions. 1172.
No. Miraculously curing them of
Curing
severe
them
health
of
conditions.
severe health conditions.
7.2.
J. Rosen, Swamiji, page 183-84,
Yeah.
and so forth. Many devotees witnessed Srila Prabhupada glowing with the kind of spiritual effulgence that he explained to be a symptom of transcendental realization. 1173, Srimad Bhag, SB 7.13.18, purport, CC 2.11.95, purport. Often in a crowded temple room full of devotees watching his every move, several of them would think he was looking at them only. 1174, Satsvarup Das Goswami Srila Prabhupada Smaranam, page 55. Occasionally, he, maybe inadvertently, was seen to enact feats such as floating above the ground. 1175, Satyanarayan Das in Prabhupada Memories, Volume 28. All this helped his disciple understand the vast difference between him and them. But the real substance of his contributions is Divya divine knowledge, and a realistic process whereby even beginners transcendentalists can begin to revive and directly
Revive,
experience
revive.
their eternal relationship with the Supreme Person of Godhead. These gifts are infinitely more important than any number of supernatural curiosities. As is stressed, ardent hearing from the bona fide master is the only way to receive transcendental knowledge, and there is no need for medical performance or occult mysticism for miraculous effort. 1176 SB 1.12.3 purport. Although within his writings, Srila Prabhupada sometimes used words like mystic and mysticism in a positive way. 1177 example
Example.
in his translation of Bhagavad Gita 4.38.
Yes.
In general, we don't use the word mystics. Mystic 1178. The Science of Self-Realization, Chapter 5. Mystic means misty. Our concept of Krishna is not misty. It is very clear. 1179. I agree with Das, the Hare Krishna Explosion, Chapter 2.
Mystic means misty. Our concept of Krishna is not misty. It is very clear. What is saying? Yes.
Thus, Srila Prabhupada downplayed the mystical and emphasized the practical. He was much more interested in seeing that his disciples chant the prescribed number of rounds that they read, produce, and distribute his books, rather than display or even express any interest in outwardly abilities. In one terse line, he rejected the claim of an early disciple. This thing of spirits has no connection with Krishna consciousness. It is hallucination. 1180, later 28 May 1968. And when a disciple reported that he and a few other devotees has witnessed visions, messages, and other kind of contact on the subtle plane, Srila Prabhupada warned that such claims were by neophytes and were most dangerous. He specified the need to be guided by Sadhu Shastra Guru and admonished to see practically what you are getting and not to depend upon not to depend on the subtle things. 1181.
And not to need, and to not
and to
depend on
not
the
depend
subtle.
on the subtle things. Conversation 28 Jan 1977. By understanding his achievements and asserting that they were not magic, Srila Prabhupada wanted to differentiate himself from spurious godmen who are waiting to cheat you, take your money and go away. 1182. Lecture 16 Feb 1969. Distinguishing himself from those charlatans who fake supernatural display to exploit the gullible public and
Gullible, gullible, Prabhu, gullible.
gullible public and specifically from ludicrous Sai Baba, Srila Prabhupada stated,
Ludicrous.
I never showed any juggly, created any gold or anything like that. I say to my disciples, chant Hare Krishna, that's all. There is no juggly. So follow these rules and regulation, chant Hare Krishna, bas. Neither I have any such juggly power, just like Sai Baba does, some gold. People are so foolish. It by manufacturing a little quantity of gold. Suppose he does so, he is God. And if gold manufacturing is the qualification of becoming God, why shall I accept this rascal Sai Baba? Why not accept the bigger God who has manufactured millions and millions of gold mines? It is quite reasonable, sensible. 1183.
Wow. Wow. This is what Prabhupada is.
Yes.
भैया क्या हो रहा है? हाँ,
Conversation 15 March 1975. Similarly, in a Bhagavatam purport, if being able to manufacture gold is a criterion for becoming God, then why not accept Krishna, the proprietor of the entire universe, wherein there are countless tons of gold? 1184. SB 5.14.13 purport. In a public program, a person in attendance asked, alluding to Sai Baba, is showing miracles like some Swamis do the way to bring people back to spiritual life? Srila Prabhupada replied, why should I show miracles? What is the business? I have to speak the truth, that's all. What is the use of miracles? When you go to college or school, do you want to see miracles or do you learn from books and gain knowledge? Krishna never said that you go to a guru who can perform miracles. He said, तद्विधि प्रणिपातेन परिप्रश्नेन सेवया उपदिक्षन्ति te jnanam jnaninas. To go to jnani, one who has know the truth, not to a juggler, magician. Science is not magic, science is knowledge. That is the Vedic injunction. Tad vidnyartham. In order to
तद
understand
विज्ञानार्थम. हरे कृष्णा, तद विज्ञानार्थम.
tad vigyanartham.
Yes.
In order to understand that science, not to see jugglery and magic. The jugglery and magic is present here. All these meat eaters, drunkards, woman hunter are now Vaishnavas. This is real magic. If you have got eyes to see, see the magic. If you are blind, then that is a different question. This is magic. 1185. Lecture 12 April 1975.
Wow.
Srila Prabhupada's worldwide spreading of Krishna consciousness was the greatest miracle, far surpassing any petty magic tricks. 10 years before, in the whole world, among foreigners, there was not a single Krishna devotee. Now you will find thousands. Why? I have not manufactured gold, I have given them Krishna. 1186. Conversation 8 May 1977. In a contract of cheating of miracle men, Srila Prabhupada's
In
intention was
contrast, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, in
yes.
contrast,
In contrast to the cheating of miracle men, Srila Prabhupada's intention was to enlighten and uplift people by presenting the all beneficial message of Gita and Bhagavatam. Insisting that he was not an ordinary chief magician, Srila Prabhupada said, we present the Bhagavad Gita as it is. That's our miracle. 1187. Vaikuntanath Das, Srila Prabhupada's Miracle, page 101. His magic was his resolve to not bluff. This man was asking me, Swamiji, what have you got? I said, I have
What
got
magic have you got? Hare Krishna. What
what magic
magic
have
have
you
you
got?
got?
This man was asking me, Swamiji, what magic have you got? I said, I have got this magic that I don't tell lies. I don't claims. This rascal is God. God is Krishna. That is my magic. I don't bluff people. Here is God. See God. Be with God. Serve God. That's my business. 1188. Conversation 20th June 1971. We are
Okay.
pledged. Okay, yes.
You can read this particular this one and we will stop. Yeah. Or we will stop here maybe. We will stop here. 1 second. You can stop here. Otherwise, you can stop here, Prabhuji. We'll leave from tomorrow. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay. Tomorrow we'll meet at 5 o'clock. Sorry, devotees, for I was busy with something else, so I couldn't start it early. And rather, I forgot also some at one point of time because I was so busy in that place. Okay. Thank you. Hare Krishna. We'll meet tomorrow at 5 o'clock. जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj ki jai, the Mood and Mission of Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Pranam.